How you doing? So we all get hunches, right? Everybody gets hunches. We have different ways of evaluating them. We sometimes use them, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we use certain ones, sometimes we don't. The thing I want us to stick with is when we use our hunches, if we at least put them in our toolbox of our decision making and don't disregard them totally, I think we make things better for us in general, individually and as a group. And it helps us stand behind our choices better because we actually listen to ourselves when we make a decision. So, for example, one of the things that I look at is this is 2020 and we're in an election campaign, right? Everybody's looking at who they want to pick. You've just had 4 years of Biden, and now you have Trump coming back for a second run at this. And you look at the different things that they both offer. And just in general, Biden's he's the same. He's going to continue what he's continued, whether you like that or not. Trump comes in and says, "That's it. We're going to drain the swamp. Everything's make America great again. America first." Got the little red hat. Everything's straight. We're going to make China pay for everything. We're going to make everybody who's been beating us pay for everything. We're going to pull all our money back. Jobs. You're going to be so happy. You're going to win so much. If you bought that lock, stock, and barrel. Fuck it. I'm MAGA now. I'm that guy. If whether or not this is you, this is an example. But if you bought that, okay, now you're in with him. He wins first, and then he gets in, and he starts doing things, and you like, ooh, oh, if this starts out and goes like this, we're killing it. He did a couple things good. Then he maybe did something that you're not so happy about. You like, what's his deal with that? What's he thinking? What? Who knows? Who knows? He's still on point. He's still on track. All my people all vote for him. We all got our hats. We're all in this. We think he's going to pull it out. Then he does something else. Maybe he imitates somebody with a bodily thing. And you're like, I don't like this. But you know what? That people are too sensitive. We're good. We're good. What happens is if he keeps doing things that fuck with your constitution, they make you not really dig it. There's a point where you have to say, hey, I'm off this hat. What are we doing? This guy's bad. This isn't about whether you think he's good or not. I'm talking about processing what you're seeing for yourself, not for your whole family and friend group who all are still in. But if you start to see stuff that you don't love anymore, and it starts to be more than just a couple of weird things that happen, but in the big picture, he's still good. If these things start to happen, I want us to start to look at, let me pull back from this. This is my hunch coming in now. 1, 2 things I can see, but now everything is going a certain way. And I have to be one of the first ones to step off the boat. Apparently, all my friends are still here. I want all of us to use that hunch and back off board if you disagree with it. If you agree with it, cool, go with it. But I want us to understand that's an example. That's not my point of view on a specific topic. But there's things like that happen all the time. This is how big, huge issues happen. They go a way that you don't want them to go. Because when people start to get the hunch, it was like, yeah, we're going to, wait, what? And you think that's not what you want to, you can't feel good yourself because you don't believe what you just heard. Like you don't feel that way. So we have to be able to step out of that and say, I'm going to have to go another way because I weigh my hunch as much as I weigh my tradition or my group of people or what we all think. Like I need to be able to sleep tonight myself, and I need to understand that I don't feel good about this. So that's something that we want to look at. This is the importance of what I think the hunch is about and why we should take it more seriously. I had an episode recently where I didn't use my hunch, and I've been trying to focus on this because I want to live a peaceful life. And peaceful to me means I have to be able to live with my choices and stand behind what I say. And so it happens in the job market. And I'm going to ask you what happened with you too if you had something that's hunch related that you made a good or a bad call on. But for me, I was looking for a job. And like I feel like my skill set is here in the construction world. I'm in the construction world. And I applied for jobs here, not as high because I own my own company. I know a lot of people probably don't look at that as really quality work, whatever. So I'm looking down here to make this easy, get this job going. I get interviews, I talk to people, I get interviews, things are going well, nothing comes through. So now I start to think, this is Hunch coming in. Dude, you got to get something. So do I want to apply to a lower job just to see if I can get it? Are they actually hiring out here? Is the economy that jacked up? There's a lot of things that go into it. Regularly, you just got to pay bills too. So there's things that go into it. And I applied to this lower job. Check this out. When the jobs you want are asking a certain level of thing, then you get to a job you don't want. And the questions are childish. Like they're asking you, is this a good scene or a bad scene? Is this a good scenario or a bad scenario? What am I, 8? Anyway, your brain's telling you this is not your cup of tea. But with outside forces and not weighing my hunch well enough, I end up applying to the job. I got the call, went to interview, got offered the job, and I'm off. I shouldn't even apply to it, but I took it, and now we're off and running. And I think probably 2 months in before I started really seeing, this is not good. And it continually got worse after that. It's hard to describe, but I let my hunch get the best of me there, and I didn't pay attention to myself when my body told me what was happening. Now, when I look back on that choice, for instance, some of the stuff that throws me is I'm a science-based guy. I'm a rationally thinking guy. And sometimes these sorts of ideas, these hunches, seem mystical. And I don't, like for all my life, I haven't wanted to do the mystics. I want to be able to explain in science terms what I'm doing, be able to break down like I'm explaining to a 5-year-old with numbers what this means, why is this real? Can't do that with a hunch or with intuition. But what I understand is because I can't explain it in science-based doesn't mean it's not rational, doesn't mean it's not science-based. It's your subconscious brain. Subconsciously, your brain has already known what's happened out here. It's seen you in other situations if you've been in them before. And you've noticed things like facial expressions, tone of voice, the energy of a room when you walk in. Like you've seen interactions with people that either went well or didn't go well or were neutral. Your subconscious brain processes that, and it has that at computer speed, like, and it spits the output. It knows before you can consciously say, now wait a second, I've seen her face before. Oh, no, that didn't go well. Your front brain, your awake, your conscious brain wants to say, this person's different. Let me give everybody a fair shot. Your subconscious brain is saying, no, that wasn't just one girl. You don't remember. That's been 5 girls who've had that face that the scene hasn't gone well. Or that's 5 guys who stood like that in that posture. It didn't go well. Your brain, your subconscious remembers. That's the intuition, the hunch, the gut feeling. It's making the decision and giving you the information. This didn't go well. I'm going to express it to you by a flutter in your chest or a tightness in your thing or something that you can feel and recognize. That's what that is. It's telling you what it is so you can trust to not only make decisions based on that one thing, but you want to make decisions with that at least one of the tools you're using while you're trying to make decisions. Because it's important and it tells you something that you may not be able to pull up yourself right away. So if you use it in that way as a tool and not by its own, then you should be good to go. And that you'll at least make better choices and you can make them quicker because your subconscious process is like that. You can make the choice that you can sleep with and you can live with faster if you trust your own experience because that's all it is. It's experience, it's pattern recognition, it's memory that you don't consciously have to dig up and pull forth. So it's doing that for you. So I think the goal of it is to, when you see bad information, like, here's a small example. I won't keep you long. There's 2 channels I watch on YouTube that I like a lot. They're both history and lineage-based channels. One's a black man, one's an Italian and Native American mixed woman, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to say their names because I don't know if they want to stand behind what I'm saying here. But They're both excellent. One's like the woman is book educated in history. Like she studies actual history and genetics and the paper trail to find out who you are, where you're from, that kind of thing. The black man isn't, I think, college educated in it. That's just his love. And he does the same thing. He's traveled to the Library of Congress. He looks through the archives, the microfiche. He's taking photos from this. He's examining and checking the documents and pictures and sourcing them. And so they both do very good, solid work. They've amassed huge followings, hundreds of thousands of people, almost the majority of which watch every video. So these are two very well-founded people. The woman stays in their lane. She stays with her group in the history. The man sometimes veers off and he says, hey, I got this group of people. Let me try some more of my thoughts. And he's veering into politics maybe. And it's, nah, dog, no. Maybe you're good at politics. I came to you, like I stayed with you for your history. I'm not trusting you on your politics. Even if he gets them right, I'm willing to give him space to learn because I like him as a content creator. But his politics, his political views aren't going to carry the weight that his history carries. So that's where my hunch comes in. I have to say, nope, for politics, I need a different set of requirements for me to want to believe somebody, not just they got something right in some other place, so I'm going to follow them over here. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Use your hunch to say, just because I like that you don't like these people and you did this to these people, that I'm going to say, yeah, because I don't like them either. Because what happens when it turns back and now you're the people? And you're following the person that's doing the things to your people. I think we get caught up in silence is consent kind of thing. We stay quiet because we like a couple things somebody said. And we put equal weight into other things that they say that we don't like. And we don't stand back and say, nope, I'm out of this one. You guys go on. And I think when we do that, we catch ourselves in a group of people who are saying things we totally don't understand and agree with. And we're kind of sitting there, wow, look what I got myself into. Like you're putting on your hat. I think that's dangerous. And so in the vibe of like always free thinking, individual thinking, I want us to understand the value of having a hunch and listening to it and giving it appropriate weight. Because it does have it triggers off the same bodily reactions as like stress, fear, anxiety, things that you happen if you're already stressed out about life, or you're already scared in this part of town, or you're already anything. The same things happen to your body as when you get a hunch. So how do you tell them apart? I don't know that either. But what I do know is I can slow it down and say, I'm going to take all of the data in. I want the data, no matter how confusing. I'm going to sleep on this. Or I'm going to go do something else totally different and then come back to it and see what it looks like. And your hunch is there. It'll still be there. If it still doesn't feel right, then I'm going to give a lot more weight to the hunch and go in that direction. Because it really is about making yourself feel good and be able to stand behind your choices, and even better, not be in alignment with people who don't have the same outlooks that you have. That can get really dangerous. Yeah, so I think that's it. Next, what's something you've had happen to you recently where you felt that? And what was it that you feel? Did you feel it like in your chest, a flutter, an upset stomach? Was it like a depression symptom sitting in? Like what things happened to you? And what was the thing that happened? Because I love to take in data, taking information. So I'd want to hear what happened to you as well. And if you can let me know that in the comments, I think that'd be awesome. And I hope to have more interaction in the comments. Obviously, I think I've said that before. All right, that's it for now. I really appreciate you staying to the end if you have. And like I said before, I'm going to try to get in and get out on these and make them as fast as possible to not waste your time. And I think that's the most valuable commodity we have. So take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and peace.